Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Fatima Yoni here. If you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. So it's literally around like 5 now. I just woke up from a nap because today I'm feeling a serious pain. I'm on my period, so I didn't have time. I had the time to read the Quran because I wanted to read it on my phone. I don't want to touch it because I'm spiritually impure at the moment, so I can't touch it. So I just listened to it on the TV and then recite along with the man, not like touching the Quran directly, because there are different types of opinion on touching the Quran while a person is impure. So I choose not just to touch it at all, but I can read it with from my heart, and maybe if I see it somewhere, then I'll read it. So the things that we'll be making today is party jollof rice, then millet, finger millet and peanut pap, that's the pudding. Then I don't know whether it's akara or puff, I'm not sure. Maybe there's a side dish, I'm also not sure. So let's just get right into it. You'll see into the video. So on a side note, today's video, you now see me like reading the Quran directly from the text, from the book, just listening to it. Then I didn't like pray or anything because I can't, because I'm spiritually impure, and in Islam you can't pray or touch anything holy except when you are spiritually pure. So at the state of period, I'm spiritually impure. Just so yeah, if you don't know this or you're non-Muslim, I'm just trying to clear this up. Let's go. I listened to this instead of touching the Quran, then I recited along the man, with the man. Does that make sense? Yes. And my mom brought 2 plants for me, strawberry plants as some garlic chives. So yes, I want to make this clear. Just because we are considered spiritually impure, that doesn't mean we're physically impure. So yeah, that's one thing. And yes, menstruating in Islam is a form of worship also on its own, and the person menstruating get tons and tons of rewards. Their dua, that's their prayers, get answered easily than a regular person. So I just want to state that. So it's just that you cannot touch the Quran, and you cannot pray like the salat. You cannot do it. And there are also other acts of worship that you cannot do because you're spiritually impure, not only menstruating. So there are other things that you cannot do also, if that makes you spiritually impure, not only menstruating. So I just want to say that also. I hope nobody will misunderstand me or anything. So I just want to clear this up. Just spiritually impure. There are different types of beliefs. I'm Sunni, so I believe that the other Sunnis are also believe that you can touch it, but depending on what you believe, yes, you can read it, you can recite it, but without touching it directly. It's a holy book, so yes. I already recited, but I just can't touch it. So I just want to make that clear. So sorry, yes, I can also use gloves or any barrier, not for me to touch it directly. I can also touch it depending on the school of thought you follow. So I can also touch it. I'm just finding out that now. My mom is telling me, yes, you can touch it depending on what you follow. You can use a barrier in your hand so that you cannot touch it directly. You can read it from a tablet, like I said before. I can read it from a phone or watch the TV and recite along from a memory, anyone you choose. So yes, let's get right into today's video. I started out by making the fire to get ready for the cooking. Then I made my peanut milk by blending it with water and straining it, separating the sharp from the milk. Then I went outside to add it to the fire. I added some washed rice and I'll allow it to cook till the rice is cooked. I also washed my rice. A tip to wash rice, you can add salt to it to remove the starch faster. I strain it. I also made my fresh herbs. This is fresh thyme, fresh rosemary, and rose and lemon thyme. That's what the other plant is called, and some chives. This is chives of garlic chives that my mom just brought. So I added the meat to the fire, added enough water for the stock of the food. I wanted enough stock. I also added some ginger last minute. I pound everything together. I add the mix to the meat. I added some of my dry herbs, some seasoning, some salt, some onions, and cover it and allow it to cook. Cover it and allow it to cook. I switched the burner so that I can have space to toast the rice. I added the rice to the pan, add a little bit of oil, mix everything well. I cover it because I was doing something else. Again, you don't need to cover it to toast the rice. So we are going to toast this till it's brown. The reason why I toast my rice is because this rice is not basmati rice. So this is the easiest way to make rice that will not stick to each other. And this is my pepper mix: tomatoes, bell peppers, scotch bonnet, and some garlic. I blended it in a blender. I kept it aside. And I fried my meat, as you can see. Then I made my puff puff dough. This is proofed yeast. Then I added it to the flour mixed with sugar and just a little bit of sugar or sugar to your taste. Mix everything well together to develop the gluten. You can use mixer to do this. It's the same process with bread making, just that this is a watery form. It's more watery than a bread dough, so you're going to cover it and allow it to rise in a warm place. The meat is fried already, so I'm going to make the rice. I added my oil to the fire. I also added in my fresh herbs that I minced earlier. Then I'll add my tomato paste, then my pepper mix everything well, add in water, add in my turmeric, some seasonings, allow the water to boil, then add in the rice, mix everything well, you cover it and allow it to steam and cook on a low heat so that it will cook all through. While the rice was cooking, here I am cleaning up cleaning all the things that I used. Then I went outside to check on my peanut milk mixed with rice. So I'm going to add this finger millet mix. This is just finger millet that was soaked and blended to a smooth paste. I added in the tamarind water to it. Then I'll mix it in. You keep stirring until it thickens, like you'll see in a bit. Here it is already thickened, so your pudding is ready. You're just going to off the fire. So here I'm like mixing the dough is already risen, the puff dough. You're going to mix it very well. Scoop it with your hand and test the oil if it's hot enough. If your oil is hot enough, you don't need to do this. You can skip the step. So I buried in my green beans inside the rice, cover it and allow it to keep cooking. Then I went back to my puff. The oil is hot already, so I start scooping the batter or dough into the oil so that it will fry on both sides. This is how it will look if it's started frying on both sides. After it's done frying, you're going to pack everything in a plate, and that is done. The rice is done, the puff is done, and that's all the food for today. I'm done with cooking and cleaning the kitchen. Let me show you a little bit of the aftermath of cleaning the kitchen. So now I'm going to go and eat, and then watch TV, do some other things, and go to bed. So come along. Yeah, and that's it for today's video. Please, if you enjoyed today's video, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.